greatly and irrecoverably to save the world from Nazism. This is not just a tribute to those who fought against the enemy. It is also an important message to the whole international community, speaking about the unity of our nations and their willingness to work together to fight for peace and security. Colleagues, it is evident to everyone the situation in the global security and regional security is very complex because terrorism, international terrorism and drug trafficking still pose a significant threat. We see an upsurge in cybercrime and the strategic stability system continues to deteriorate. Regrettably, regional conflicts, fierce regional conflicts are still persistent. Apart from that, we see new sources of tensions emerging, in particular in the external borders of the SCO and in adjacent regions. That is why one of the SCO key areas is facilitating a peaceful political and diplomatic settlement of crises, as well as neutralizing the threats emanating from hotspots. We are still particularly concerned about the state of affairs in Afghanistan. The SCO is doing a lot to help our Afghan friends to achieve national reconciliation, to build lasting, durable peace. We've set up an SCO Afghanistan contact group, which has drafted and endorsed a roadmap for further actions our organization will take in Afghanistan. All of this seeks to assist Afghanistan in building a stable and safe state free of terrorism, drug, crime, and living peacefully with its neighbors. Over the recent years, with the SCO support, Russia has organized a whole series of meetings attended by all Afghan political forces without exception. We intend to further comprehensively facilitate national reconciliation in Afghanistan and to use the opportunities presented by the Moscow framework of consultation that also includes Afghanistan's neighbors, some of them our SCO members, and of course the US is also there. We still see instability persisting in the Middle East and in North Africa, armed confrontation in Libya and in Yemen, the pockets controlled by armed gangs in Syria that are still persisting there, all of this. These are sources of terrorist threat, drugs and arms. And of course there is another issue that merits particular attention, that is the transfer of fighters outside this region. This only exacerbates conflict even further. Incidentally, what is happening in Karabakh right now is a very big tragedy. And it gives me pleasure that I see the contours of a compromise as well as the agreement achieved to put an end to the bloodshed. I am hopeful that the all measures that we have undertaken recently will help secure lasting peace for the good of the peoples of Azerbaijan and Armenia. There is another glaring challenge and menace to our common security, and these are the ever more numerous attempts to directly interfere within the domestic affairs of countries participating in the SCO. I refer to the attempts to violate sovereignty, drive a wedge in society, change the direction of countries' development, undermine political, economic and humanitarian ties that have been formed over centuries. Belarus, which is an observer in the SCO, has come under the blow of such external forces. After the presidential elections, our friends from Belarus have come under unprecedented pressure. They have to fight against sanctions and provocations.
कोरोना वायरस की सूरत हाल पर एक दूसरे के तजुर्बात से इस्तेफादा करते हुए मुश्तरका इक़दामात करना होंगे। सियासी, माशी और तस्वीराती शोबाजात में बाहमी ताआवुन के फ़रोग़ के लिए पुरअज़्म हैं। अफ़गान अमन अमल में मुस्बत किरदार जारी रखेंगे। मशरिक़ वस्ता, शाम और दीगर दुनिया के ममालिक में जारी इंतहा पसंदाना कार्रवाइयाँ काबिल तशवीश हैं। रूस के सदर व्लादिमीर पुतिन शंघाई ताआवुन तंजीम की सरबराह कौंसिल के इजलास से खिताब कर रहे थे, जो आपने मुलाहिज़ा किया। इसी इजलास से वज़ीर आज़म इमरान खान भी खिताब करेंगे। जो ही उनका खिताब शुरू होगा हम आपको बराह रास्त दिखाएंगे।